going to be our Dungeons and Dragons campaign running every Saturday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we will be going through this interesting and mysterious city with the group here. I am Jarrett, and then this is Nathan. We'll be hosting the game. Everyone can introduce themselves, and we'll get to character introductions later on in the night.
We're starting.
I'm Joe.
Yeah.
Hi. I play a variant tiefling, and this will be exciting.
I'm Brad, and I play a Furbolg player named
Nice.
Boy.
My name's Jackson, and I play a life gambling archaeologist.
My name's Crystal, and I play a Fire Genasi Twilight Cleric.
My name's Taylor. I'm playing a human rogue.
My name's Olivia. I'm playing a Drow Circle of Stars Druid.
I'm also Olivia, but you could call me Liv or whatever. Actually, if you call me whatever, that might get confusing. But I'm playing a Bardlock. I'm used to playing rogue, so old habits die hard, so we'll see how that goes.
My name is Kai, and I'm playing a human blood hunter.
All right.
That's it.
Nathan, you next.
Me? I'm Nathan, and I'm playing as a DM.
Oh, I've never seen that.
It's not
here.
important or anything.
Yeah, it's easy.
2 DMs.
Is that
amazing.
Unearthed Arcana?
Yeah.
All right. So with that, I think we can jump right on in. And I'll start with the description. As you guys have all somewhere or another made your way down to the 5th floor in the city of Eremia, coming down all the way from the surface or other places, stepping out onto the floor, the atmosphere smells of sulfur and burning coal. The natural cavern floors and walls are dark, slate gray, but the roads of the city are paved with cobblestones. Though it is a cave, the ceilings are high. It almost feels like a night on the surface as the oil lanterns light the streets and all the windows are glowing, keeping the atmosphere more lit than a traditional cave. The buildings down here are almost like houses stacked on top of each other. There's no uniformity to the design in any way. It's almost like one house was built and then they ran out of space and they had to stack more and more on top of them until they got these big, large archways and bridges connecting all these different layers of the city. And in the center lies the twisting, enlarging stack of buildings going up into one smaller tower with a clock face on the side. And in the city square below, there's a large bronze statue of a woman clad in half-plate armor. The streets are buzzing with people in overcoats, and the murmur of the crowd is heard. The city's alive, and it's almost like nightlife all the time. On almost every corner, there's a street performer doing some kind of magic or playing music. You guys have all made your way down to the city of Eremia. And down to the inn, the Burnt Bottle. After having your long night of partying, drinking, whatever you guys had been doing the night before, after making your way to this inn, everybody is going to go ahead and wake up in their rooms perfectly fine, start getting ready for the day. Han, you wake up in your bed, start putting your gear and stuff on, getting ready for the day, but you notice right next to the door, like underneath the slit of the door, there is a letter on the floor.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll go grab that letter. Have a squeeze.
So the letter has a wax seal on it with a very ornate and exquisite P on the seal.
Okay. Can I just slice that off without snapping it so I can keep it?
Yeah. You can go ahead and just use a dagger and just pop it open rather than ripping it in half.
I'll take the letter out, have a look. Have a read.
So the letter says, your name, Han Jasnik. A contact of mine has referred you to me. He told me your abilities were more than satisfactory to complete the assignment I have for you. Discretion is appreciated, though I have informed the other members of your previous party about the assignment as well. Meet me at the shipping docks at noon this day. I will explain the details of the assignment. Should you accept it, once we are en route to the location, payment you cannot refuse will be granted upon completion. Though if you do refuse, do not expect to hear from me or any other nobles alike. Sincerely, Onyx Pyrite.
My lord, sounds super ominous. Yeah, I guess I'll just, pocket the letter and head on down to like the main tavern part.
So as you kind of pop your head out the door, everyone else had had a similar experience upon waking up, and you guys all kind of open your doors at the same time and see each other kind of peering out into this hallway. As everyone who had been on the left side of the hallway peeks out, you recognize your previous teammates that you had worked with beforehand, but also 4 new faces standing across the hallway from you. And we can start with Han. You guys can describe what your characters see in this crowded hallway full of people.
Okay. I guess a human comes out. He's wearing a kind of a big leather coat that's real dirty and kind of scratched up. Like a hood that is tucked into a slouch hat that kind of keeps up shaggy kind of. It was greasy, but it's been cleaned, so now it's not. Keeps like his shaggy hair kind of out of his face. See his face is like covered in scars and his nose has been broken like a lot. And you see his coat's kind of wrapped around his front to kind of just cover most of it.
As Ren steps out of the hallway, you'll immediately notice my defining characteristics. I have this almost kind of greasy, it's greased back, slicked back hair, blonde hair, and he's got very pale skin. Because he very rarely goes up to the surface. Spends most of his time in the Underdark area. There's almost like a layer of dust that seems to be permanent over his clothes from spending so much time in caves and digging through rocks. His clothes are, he has this long brown trench coat that is very bland, boring, and attracts very little attention on the outside. But when he reaches his hand forward towards the Blood Hunter Han, you can immediately see in his palm there's this ornate glyph or rune etched like a tattoo onto his palm, and in the interior of it is this tiny 2 wings that are red. As he's reaching his hand forward even more, you can see his jacket opens up, and from that one glimpse you can tell every inch of available space on the interior of his jacket's been taken up with hand sewn in pockets that are filled with gadgets and junk. You can even see like little pieces of string dangling out of him. And then between his jacket, he has very minimalistic studded armor.
So you guys, the first thing you guys see is a woman in a deep blue parka that has like a twilight scene motif on it with 3 moons and stars. She has really rich amber eyes and ashy gray skin. And she has black hair that comes down in 2 braids, but there's also like a soft orange glow woven in, and the ends look like gently glowing embers. She's a little short for a fire genasi, but she looks to you, to everyone, and very bright eyes and a round, cheerful face.
Hi, so I'm Effie Greyflower. I am the world's best bard, and maybe you haven't heard of me, but now you have, so you're welcome. I am a halfling. I am quite short for a halfling. I'm like 2.5 feet. But I certainly take up plenty of space with my voice. I have a fiddle strapped to my back, and I'm wearing tons of colors, stripes, and I've got a lot of curly hair with like kind of random pins and stuff. And as soon as I see all these people, I'm like, oh, hi!
As I come up to the door and just stretch, I stop suddenly, like I hit something, and I quickly just throw my cloak over my back and step through the door. And just as the cloak's coming over my back, you see what appears to be something very leathery that sort of ruffles the cloak. I look around and I see my previous party, and look at all the new faces, wondering if they were here to collect the previous bounty as well.
How tall are the doorways?
You have to duck through it.
Okay, yeah. So I duck through. You see a 7 foot, over 7 foot tall. But for being as tall as he is, he's kind of thinner than you would think. He's got mostly gray hair. He has, scale armor, and he's got a holy symbol hooked to his, around his pants. He's an older furbolg. Yeah. He just walks out and sees. He looks down at Effie, and all her energy kind of just shakes his head and looks up to see all the new faces in front of him.
All right. Luck, you walk out kind of opposite from this very tall individual.
I look up. What you guys see is on the shorter end person. He's around 5'6", 5'8" in height. Right now you see that he's wearing a brown cloak on top of darkened leather armor. You see that he has gray, longer hair that's shaggy, and he wears a bronze locket, very plain in nature. And one of the more noticeable things about him is that he looks very young. His face is very soft. He doesn't have many defining features, and he looks human, so it's weird that he looks kind of like that.
And the last person to step out is a drow woman. She's pretty average height for a drow woman, but kind of short compared to most other people. She's about 5 feet tall. She has her eyes and her hair are the same colors, this light silver color, contrasting really strongly against her dark slate blue skin. She's not showing much skin. She's got a very high-necked shirt underneath her leather armor. She's got a cloak with a hood on it. On her back she's carrying this big tube, which she carries her maps in, and as well as has some side pockets, one of which currently has one of the 12 bread rolls that she took at the end of our last winter. She doesn't have much emotion on her face, but she's kind of looking at everyone.
All right. So similar to everyone else received a letter that was at some point during the night slipped to them, and everyone got this same message. And as you guys congregate kind of in this hallway, so you guys make your way down the spiraled staircase of the places that you slept. As you guys continue down into the bar, you see kind of again a lively bar, similar to what you saw maybe last night. It's kind of early-ish in the morning, so there are people drinking and people doing breakfast, but it's a little bit more upbeat as it's not drowning out sorrows from the night before. It's more we're getting ready for the next day. You guys everyone sees the elf, but everyone else is a kind of slender framed individual, long blonde hair, kind of tanned kind of skin. As you guys all descend the stairs individually, he greets you individually, and you guys can walk about the bar a little bit, order some food if you'd like, and continue to plan weapons next.
Does it say who the letter's from?
The name sign at the bottom was Onyx Pyrite. And you guys all recognize Pyrite as the name of one of these 16 big noble houses.
Okay, I'm gonna hop up on the stool and be like, hey, so is breakfast included? I know we got a free night. Do we get breakfast?
You see the elf, continuing to clean some cups and stuff. That looks at you and goes, oh, yes, of course. What are you after? Same thing as before?
Whatever you have and a lot of it. Also, do you have extra snacks like apples or nuts or cookies?
We can do nuts. Goes well with alcohol. How do you feel about that? All right. Caesar does. The elf turns under the bar, pulls out, a clear bowl of peanuts essentially, and hands it over to you. Goes, would you like anything else, or would your kind of looks at everyone else who else received the letter? New companions.
I'm gonna have the same thing she's having, but I'm gonna just keep it to water for the morning.
All right. You see, he kind of gets everyone's beverages and everyone's food and stuff like that. If anyone's anything in particular, let me know. But you guys get, morning foods, maybe some toast, omelets, stuff like that. It seems like a very well-stocked tavern. And yeah, you guys can enjoy the apparent luxury for the next maybe few hours.
Steak and eggs, please.
I want an omelet.
Steak and eggs. Easy enough. You see, he starts going,
Rare.
Meredith, you know what's up? And as those you see, you can just see like a thumb come out from behind one of the doors. And as you guys see, you hear the sizzling of food being cooked. And after a few minutes, you guys do receive those individual meals.
I'm gonna walk up to the other guy in the room that looks kind of like me, out of all the different variety of races in here. And I'm gonna say to the blood hunter, you just a visitor here, or you did you get that letter in the door?
Han's gonna just kind of like reach into his jacket, pull it out, just like, yeah, I got the letter.
Did you also go searching for some, a little trial run before we did this?
Yeah, some no life named McLean or whatever.
Oh, never heard of him.
Yeah.
We ended up found a den full of changelings.
How'd that turn out?
They were all dead.
They're still, yeah. Well, we didn't do it, but we didn't.
So they say.
We didn't see anything, remember?
Rin's kind of starts choking on his words a little bit because he wasn't gonna mention that they were all dead. He's kind of noticeably anxious now. He's gonna slink back in his chair.
Don't worry, our guy ended up burnt to a crisp.
He's
Nice.
still alive.
He was
Well, we
still
did-
alive, though. I made sure of it.
We found him like that.
Yeah, found him like that.
Is there anyone else in the bar watching us?
Most people there just perusing through their own things. Some of them are just, sitting by themselves. Seems like they're trying to wake themselves up. There's variations of bean and waters, maybe some kind of coffee, who knows. But yeah, you see, as most people seem to be going about their own business.
Oh, can I try that stuff that gives you more energy?
You see, as the elf looks at you, he goes, I mean, sure, why not? And as he does, he
Yes,
kind of
yes, yes.
puts some interesting kind of beans and interesting kind of waters together. And as he does, you kind of see a swirl of kind of a brownish kind of liquid. And he goes, it's going to be a lot of energy, so just be careful. And he kind of slides it over to you.
I'm gonna
Effie,
take
is
my
that a-
food and go sit next to Luck, and then poke him in the ribs, and say, "Watch this."
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look at Effie and scream in her mind, "Boo!" as soon as she takes her first sip of the, let's say, coffee.
Okay, so Effie, as you're about to take this sip of this interesting new drink, you start to feel this kind of like cold climbing sensation along the back of your neck, and as it does, it seems to climb very quickly up to the back of your head. And as you about to take a sip, you feel this voice coming from somewhere incorporeal, but it feels like within your mind. And as you do hear an individual say, "Boo."
Son of a bugbear! Get out!
Hey, Effie,
I'm gonna just
you
chuckle.
haven't even
and
drank
look
it.
at
You're already
Luck.
full of energy. What the hell? Don't spill your shit.
Somebody here is very mean and I don't appreciate it.
Nobody's done anything to you.
I was
I was-
going to look around and see if anybody seems suspicious.
Well, I
yeah,
was
sure.
sitting at the bar watching this happen, finishing up her breakfast of eggs and toast. And I believe there's a bowl of bar nuts nearby,
Mhm.
and she's just,
Yes, there is.
taking a small handful and putting it in another pocket of hers.
Yeah, I've also been putting peanuts in my pockets.
So you add to your collection of bread rolls. You see that they're, again, at various states of freshness, I'll say. And now you add a bunch of nuts to it.
We have carbs, we have nuts, we're getting there.
So you can write somewhere, I'd say a couple of handful of nuts. Bar nuts, that sounds good. So you can add that. But yeah, you guys see, who has a passive perception of at least 14? Anyone have that there?
I do.
I do.
I
Okay,
do,
so
I
for
think.
everyone
Yeah.
that does, you do see this drow individual seems to be shoveling some nuts into a bag at some points during this time at the bar.
Lost, did you see that? I think she's very hungry.
Possibly, or she's trying to feed some squirrels.
Oh, that's cool.
I had a very filling breakfast. I just, force of habit. You never know when
later?
you might get hungry later.
That's good.
Hey.
That's conscious.
Hey, bartend, is your owner coming back anytime soon?
Well, you know, Carl. Actually, like, you don't. Well,
Not
Carl
yet. I'm hoping to.
hasn't come back from his date, so who knows what's going on. Maybe he
Must have gone
made it
well.
to home base. It must have gone well. And he didn't come in last night, so who knows? I say let the man enjoy the day.
I don't think it went well. Carl's
Maybe
ugly as fuck.
Maybe
You don't? Oh, wow. You didn't even meet it.
Just gonna shrug
Wait.
like it's the truth.
Hey, Hunter, what's
Well-
your name?
Huh?
I'm Rin. So, what do you make of this letter? You think it's paying well? I haven't heard of a noble contracting out to somebody other than official guilds in a long time.
We're just that good.
I guess so. I didn't think anybody knew I was that good.
If a few minutes pass without conversation, Effie is going. I will take my bar stool, drag it to a somewhat empty central area, hop up onto it, and start performing.
So as you kind of drag the barstool, the bartender goes, he kind of gestures for you to come over, back to the bar. He goes, are you doing that light show thing again that you did last night?
Well, I don't know if Eyeless is gonna do it with me, but I'm gonna play.
Okay. Just forewarning, a lot of these people are still trying to wake up. So I don't know how they feel that you're playing music at this time, but if it's good, it's good. And he just kind
So
of
you
raises
want me
his
to
hand.
help them wake up?
I will say this is your choice. And he just kind of looks at the bar and goes, yeah, this is your choice. And he just kind of steps back from the bar a bit and he kind of just opens the floor to you, essentially.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't think I can provide you with your light show this time. I'm not usually up at this time. A little
Okay.
sleepy.
So you find a central area. Again, there's not that many patrons here at the moment, so you can definitely find a space as you can drag your bar stool over and you can start to get ready for your performance.
I'm gonna go over
And-
to Luck and Lost
Mhm.
while she's setting up.
Yep.
And just sit with them.
Hey, Malia.
Yeah, you
Hey guys, did you guys get the letter as well?
Yeah, but I thought we were not allowed to talk about it, so I haven't brought it up.
Didn't say not to.
It didn't say not to.
It said
It did say
confidential.
be discreet.
Well, if they handed out 9 letters, I mean 8 letters, how confidential is it really?
Well, I mean,
That's
we
true.
snuck into the coven last night, and I'm pretty sure that was confidential as well.
No, I don't remember. I don't remember us doing that at all.
I
At
don't
all.
know who that was, but I just remember having a good time at a dive bar.
Very good time.
What?
Okay.
Are you guys going to go? Because I heard one other guy and Han talking about it.
I mean,
Well,
I
I
plan
need-
to accept it.
I need money and information, so it's my best
People
bet
don't
right now.
hire me because I look young, so if someone's looking for me, then might as well go for it.
I'm gonna
Alright.
pat Luck on the back and be like, I don't know what you mean, little man. You're 18.
Yeah, I know I'm 18, definitely.
Yeah, I
Hey.
mean,
Hey, old man,
What?
you coming with us for this? Or are you staying on these higher levels? I don't always look like you're up to the moving about.
Mm, I wasn't, but I've been told I need to follow. So,
Yeah,
Here I
spiritual,
am.
whatever. Oh, okay. All right. Guess it's just you, me. Wait. He's gonna turn
You
to the
can-
whole group. He's gonna. Did you all get the damn letter?
I think so.
yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
I did receive a letter.
Alright, so I'd imagine you all kind of get your letters out as well. You guys all suddenly realize that after reading the letter, there also is coordinates to a location to actually meet this individual. It is on this floor, and it is with Luck's knowledge, it is kind of like, kind of a back alleyway kind of place, but you do get details of regions.
Yeah, it's like the shipping docks area kind of. And then Effie, I would imagine at this point you're probably up on your stool in the middle of the bar.
Yeah. And I am inspired by last night. I've got my pirate hat on, and I am playing a nice sea shanty.
Alright, I go ahead and roll a performance check.
Can I use prestidigitation? I have no idea what she's going to sing, but I'm just going to make random little like motes of light or tiny shapes to sort of fit the rhythm.
Alright.
Did that go through? Oh my god.
Yes, it did. So similar to the night before, you play. It's not a bad tune again. Again, you play well. I imagine you probably do the same sea shanty that you've been working on. Coming in the morning, you know your body. Well, actually, you play it decently well, but it seems like everyone else is still waking up. So besides the party who was kind of getting ready, everyone else is like, yeah, music. And they kind of just going about their own business, unfortunately. It doesn't really grab anyone else's attention, or at least a couple of people who like notice it for a couple seconds, and they go back to eating and drinking. So you kind of play to the bar, and that's about it.
Luck claps along.
Luck, what's your passive perception?
15.
Alright.
Is everything alright?
Yeah.
Okay.
You fucking rat.
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to him with like a passive perception of 16. Does that help?
No, yeah, you get.
Sounds good.
This was fun.
Alright, so as Effie plays this music, anyone else doing anything in particular?
I just clap along because Luck doesn't listen to music. His teacher didn't let him.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
I was gonna go over to Rin. Rin, do you think this fishing dock is the same one that we had gone to last night?
I thought grown carrying a city, so that'd be a real pain in the ass to talk to. Wicked noises. You know how to get there? I bet you know how to get there.
Yes, I believe I have a map of the floor.
How about, do you want to take lead to organize these people? I'm going to keep an eye on the small one, just 'cause small hands.
Yes.
Kind of a kid,
Yes.
it's weird, but old man and a kid knows. There's enough having the 2 foot forward.
I don't know why you keep calling him an old man. He is 376 years young.
It's 58. 358.
158, even younger.
Either way, I mean, I guess he can do his own, but it's yeah, just leave them alone.
Oh yes. And she'll go through her bag and try to find a scroll with the map.
While she's finding the map, I'm gonna ask Malia and Luck while we're eating it what they know about, like, what do you two know about tieflings? I'm not quite an expert on the subject.
Can I roll a history check to see what my teacher taught me?
You sure can.
Yeah, you guys just roll a history check in general, see what generally you know about tieflings, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone,
12,
or
okay.
actually, I wouldn't have
just-
heard the question.
Oh my god.
Apparently, I know everything you know.
Yeah, no, so, Luck, Malia, you guys are kind of like, you know that tieflings are, descended from fiends, and that some of them are red looking, some of them are blue and purple, but most of them are red looking. They have horns.
Yeah,
Oh,
lost.
okay,
I'm a little lost on the situation about tieflings, not gonna lie.
Fair enough.
They got horns. That's helpful.
We do. We do.
Alright.
Why'd you ask the question if you already knew the answer?
I don't remember, a lot of things, and maybe there's something I don't know about, tieflings.
Well, one thing you guys
Melina being a
would know
player.
is they don't tend to have wings very often. That's a new one.
Okay. Yeah, Lost, where'd you get your wings? Do you know? Or is that one of the memories that are gone?
That's a good question. I don't know how to use them.
That's important.
But a lot of people sort of stare at them, and it's real uncomfortable. So I keep them bottled up.
Well, they look nice.
Thank you.
You also know, Lost, sorry, that your wing has actually recovered from last night. You see the kind of tear from the javelin has kind of sealed up again.
After last night, it's a little sore, but I can fly again.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good.
Melina, what goddess did you say you served again?
I thought we were going to talk about this after we figured out what you believed in.
I believe in knowledge at the
Okay,
moment.
that's fair. Well, since trade of information, I worship the goddess Sikla.
What? Who is that?
Moon goddess. Came to me during a time when I really needed her. She's kind of like a mom of the moons,
Cool.
sort
I
of.
never had a mom. I wonder what she's like.
But you have a brother now, so it's okay.
All right.
Yeah, moms can be cool, and then except when they leave, and you gotta help take care of the family. They're all right, I guess.
What? Your mom left too?
It's a trend.
Leroy's gonna stand up and just say, "Are we gonna sit here
what
all
happened?
day, or are we gonna get going?"
I mean,
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you all are ready, I believe I have a map here that could help take us to our next location.
Oh, we don't really need a map.
Yeah, you look at the map. It's not that far. It's a pretty short walk. You could get there easily.
Is
They could
there
find knowledge between
anybody?
luck and Ellie.
Well,
It'll be good.
Are there still people passed out at the various tables?
There is one individual, the same one that you tried to speak to last night. He's still passed out there. He has a boo.
Does he have a hat?
Let me roll for it. We'll check if he has a hat or not. We'll find out right now. He does not. He does not have a hat. He is completely bald, no hair. Kind of like a bowling ball.
Well, I poke his head on my way out.
He did not move. He does not move. And he's like, tankard of ale is still there. That's just been sitting there overnight.
Okay, I also drink some of the ale.
Alright. It is kind of weird. I mean, it's probably been out for who knows how long.
It's
At
a
least
bit
overnight.
lukewarm.
It's a bit lukewarm.
As soon as she
Dead
takes
flies in it.
As soon as she takes the drink, I'm just gonna whisper rude in her mind again.
Right. Again, you feel this incorporeal voice kind of perforate through your mind, and at least now you can kind of recognize it as a voice you have heard. So, could be an individual you know.
I turn around and give everybody the stink eye.
Yeah.
And then follow people out of the.
I'll see this.
Rin's
I
already
just chuckle and poke Luck
strolling
again.
down the sidewalk.
Yeah, easy enough. So you guys see as you step out, again, it's kind of early, early morning-ish, actually probably like early, kind of like midday. So you see people about doing their things, you definitely see, people going about business, stuff like that. You see maybe some kids out, playing out in the streets. But yeah, you guys continue down with both everyone's knowledge. You guys easily kind of duck your way through back alleys, stuff like that. You guys make it to the supposed rock location. As you kind of look about, it's kind of, again, like to some of the group last time you were out, it's kind of like in the alleyways kind of a bit. It's kind of, a little bit out of the way of many central, areas where people meet. But yeah, you guys see it. At least it's not seedy, at least. It seems like, you could probably hang out here if you were a little shady. But yeah, other than that, you kind of wait around a bit, see if an individual turns up.
So it's close to about 11:30 in the morning at this point, and you do see that there are ships, like people loading different airships and things like that. All right, so you do see a couple of the ships. They don't look. None of them are like marked very auspiciously or like superfluously. It's just they kind of look like normal cargo ships. They're just kind of numbers, and you can see that most of the things most of the people loading stuff on are warforged. So you're just assuming you can just tell these are probably military cargo ships. So they're just loading on supplies and taking them wherever they're going to go. There's only about 2 small kind of cargo ships at the docks right now. After about 15 minutes of waiting, one of them finishes loading, it looks like, and then kind of takes off, just starts going up out of the dock area. And not even 5 minutes after that ship leaves, a ship that's almost like 2 sizes larger kind of comes up and takes up most of the entire dock. And this one is a lot more, how do you say, gilded and nice in general. It just looks like a more expensive ship. And on this one coming up, you do see on the side inscribed in do you speak what languages do you speak, Lost, or everybody? Does anybody speak Primordial?
No, I speak
Yes.
Common, Draconic, Infernal, and Sylvan.
So for those who can speak Primordial, it says Fool's Gold on the side in Primordial, and very nice script. It looks like the name of the ship.
Does anybody know what that says?
It says Fool's Gold.
Oh.
This is a nicer looking ship, right?
It's definitely a lot nicer than the other ones you had seen. Kind of comes up and locks itself to the dock, and stepping off as they throw a gangplank over, stepping off the ship first, you see a tall Earth Genasi man. He's very kind of bulky and big, and he's bald. He's got kind of 3 scratch marks across his cheek that look like scarring, and he's got a big longsword on his back, as well as on his chest, kind of here where his like half side cape is. He's got the that same emblem you had seen on the wax seal of the letter with the P, and he kind of just standing very much at attention with his hands behind his back, kind of looking around as the other members of the ship start coming off and unloading cargo from his ship.
I'm gonna walk up and show him the letter.
I'll be right next to.
So as you guys come up, he goes, and you are the bounty hunters I had requested.
Yeah,
Well,
Yes.
I'm experienced.
That's us.
Yes, sir.
Kind of takes a look, all of you guys up and downs. A very motley crew indeed. So, have you guys taken to accepting this request, or are you in need of more convincing? As he kind of gestures back and looks at like the regal ship behind him that's very much, you can tell, expensive.
What kind of convincing?
Well, I can pay quite a bit for the job I need done. And that's all you need to know before you've accepted.
I'll do
How
it as
much
long
is
as
quite
you
a
have
bit?
me.
I do not need any convincing.
Well,
I mean, it's not that I'm not convinced. It's just in terms of contracts beforehand. Typically,
quite a bit
talk about
is
before I throw myself into a dungeon.
200 gold pieces each upon completion of the mission.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
that's good enough for me.
Yeah, I'm convinced.
And you are Onyx Pyrite?
I am Onyx Pyrite.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't see that.
And this is your ship?
Yes, this is my personal airship, the Fool's Gold. If you could step aboard, and he kind of gestures for you guys to walk past him on the gangplank.
Alright guys,
When
get on,
I,
everyone get on the Pyrite ship.
when I walk past him, I loudly whisper, "Are you a pirate?"
It's Pyrite.
No, I am a noble.
He's a noble pirate.
I'm not a pirate.
Like a
Pir-
I've
privateer.
got a cool hat.
Indeed.
As I walk by, I'm going to just turn to him and go, I happened to misplace 2 of my daggers in a poor dragonborn's back. Would you happen to have any spare daggers?
I can give you. I'll toss him.
He just
I don't
turns and
think
kind of
he
looks.
carries-
He is taller than you, Lost. So he kind of turns and looks down. And he goes, That is most unfortunate.
It was for him.
I'll toss the toss lost the dagger I have in my pocket. Just keep it and go on the ship.
I'll look down at the dagger and be like, one more
Yeah,
should do.
Rin's already walking up to the ship.
No, I'm looking back at Onyx.
You expect something of me?
Well, typically.
It is not my job to make sure you are prepared.
But you would like to see the missions completed successfully.
Well, I'm sure 7 could do it just fine.
Perhaps. But
That's
then
lucky that you hear Rin
as
go.
soon as he says that, I'm a whisper in his head, but not all have my talents.
You'll hear Ren as he's walking away. Hell, I could do this alone. I've done it all my life.
Doubtful. And you're not the first I have met with psionic abilities, young one.
Perhaps.
Holy shit, you were the young one.
Now, if you would like to get on the ship, I could explain the details of your mission. Or
And
if you
what
are to
is
be
the-
stubborn, then you can wait on the dock.
I'll look at the dagger and look at Luck, and then walk on the ship.
What race is Onyx?
He's at Earth Genasi.
Urchin, let's see, sorry.
Han's gonna ask Onyx, he's gonna walk over you like, so, how much do these ships go for?
This ship was about 50,000 gold pieces.
Ooh.
I need one day.
So it's not a problem if you raise our like salary to 250?
Depending on the outcome of the job, I could be persuaded.
Fair enough.
Can we discuss the rest of this on your quarters or somewhere you're choosing? Just
I have a
where-
planning room,
You
and he
men-
gestures to kind of where the captain's quarters is. It's like underneath
mentioned
the bow. Is it the bow of the ship? I think.
So will we say that Onyx is a rock type Genasi?
He's an Earth Genasi.
Yeah.
He's not a Pokemon.
Hey,
He is
Is
named
it-
after 2 stones.
Is it shady or kind of bright at the docks?
It's getting kind of dark, or like brighter actually, because you guys can see the light from the sky now coming in from the opening to the green. So rather than it being the kind of soft light of lanterns and kind of torches and braziers, it's kind of the more hard light of the sun coming down in like a cylinder. Yes. So
Yeah, Iris is tucking her hood down a little further to cover her face and
yeah, it's a little bright.
into that planning room.
Yeah, he lets you guys in. It seems to be like a big table with a map laid out on the table, kind of with like these nice rocks holding each corner down. And it seems to be a map of one of the floors of the green, but it is Ilis and Rin, you guys can immediately tell it's not this floor, and it's not a floor that you've seen the layout of before.
Is Mr. Pyrite, or Lord Pyrite, is this
Onyx is fine.
Onyx? Is this below the 10?
This is a map of the 26th floor of the Bleeding Floors, yes.
Oh,
Haven't
I
been
run
there.
up and I
I've
stare
not
at the
seen
map.
one of these.
Would
See,
I have been to that floor?
Not specifically that one, but you've been to others. And so he kind of points out towards the more inner ways, and you can see that there's like mine shafts that are being charted on this map, and he's like, we have a large mining operation down there. And recently we have run into a hive of creatures who are less than hospitable, and we require escorts for our miners. So we're wondering if you all could escort a company of miners to finish clearing out the remnants of this cave so we could move on to the next, as this is more trouble than it is worth at this point.
Well, it looks to me I already have several miners here.
Miners, not miners.
I'm an adult, I swear.
He kind of looks you up and down.
How long did it
Yeah,
take
you
to
told
travel?
me.
I can
We will-
confirm
We will get there by an hour or two from now.
By ship? Pretty fast.
By ship.
That's super cool.
So,
I've never been on one of these.
Is there anything I can
Not
do on board
many
to help?
have.
It's your crew got it.
he kind of looks out the window of the room you guys are in. You see a bunch of Earth Genasi and a couple Warforged out there kind of taking the ship off already. He's like, I think we've got it covered.
Alright. No problem.
I have not seen many maps of the bleeding floors. Where did this map come from?
Not many maps exist. Only the military and those working with the military are able to possess said maps.
Would I be able to get a copy?
Not unless you are part of the military. Feel free to look at this one as much as you would like, as you will need to study these. He kind of points again to the mining area where the caves are. He's like, you will need to study these caverns in order to properly finish the job I've assigned for you. The job will not take long, only a few hours maybe, but we just need to clear out the rest of the valuables in that we cannot afford to lose them.
Do you know what the creatures are?
I have not seen them personally. The miners just come out crying and screaming. Some of them have died, but it's none of my concern. I just need what is in the mine.
What's
I
in the mine?
understand. Or is there something in particular you're retrieving? Or you just want everything in the mine?
There's valuable metals in there. We have found adamantine, mithril.
Understood.
Not a lot, but...
I'm gonna take the next 5 minutes concentrating on the map. Really.
Yeah, you can study it easy enough.
Yeah, Ios is also like studying that. Is there any signature? Anyone to kind of tell who might have made this map?
Make an investigation check.
It's the 26th floor, right? Or is it 25th?
Yes. With that investigation, you kind of find in the bottom right corner, kind of inlaid with the design around the outside of the map, because this is a very nicely made map. You can see that there is kind of in Elvish script, there is a J and a T woven in there, and that's all the only like signature of any kind, or like any script that's not a legend to the map that you see.
And I don't recognize that at all.
You do not.
Okay.
I would like to run over to a window and stare out the window throughout the trip.
After he's finished talking to you guys, he kind of opens the door back up, and so you guys are free to go walk the deck as you would like. Just he kind of gestures like, just do not disturb the crew. They are flying the ship, and we do not want to crash. And he kind of takes his way and goes up, and he stands at the helm.
I'm gonna grab Luck and take him over to the map and ask him what he knows about maps. What do you know about maps?
Not much. Yeah.
So I'm gonna just point out key things that he circled or key information about the map topography. Well, do I have to do a check for that?
So the map's very straightforward. You can see Rin and Ilis are pretty much have monopolized the mining area of where you guys are gonna go and look at, and they're kind of just studying it right now.
Mm-hmm. And then do you wanna learn how to use magic?
Well, yeah, actually, I was practicing this morning before I woke up. Got ready, and I managed to get shape water to work 2 out of 3 times today.
Pretty cool.
Safer one than Firebolt. Hey Ilis, I can't quite tell what the
Yes.
symbol here is. It's different than the iconography that I'm used to using with the college, or used to use. What kind of topography is this indicating here around this area? What is this floor?
What does it show on the map?
So can you make a cartographer's tools check?
Can I assist her? Because I'm also.
Yeah,
Should
go for it.
roll
You can roll with advantage.
Okay. I'm not sure how I would do that roll.
I can do it.
So it could just be intelligence. It should be like your same as your investigation. So it's intelligence plus your proficiency since you're proficient in it. Oh, there we go.
So I
So-
critted, and then so it's 23.
Yeah, so you kind of look at it, looking at these things, you can tell just it's very, very much closer to the kind of maps that you're used to dealing with, Eyeless, as it's very proper and seems like something that like nobles would buy and use and put on their wall. So it's got very fancy, and the reason that he's having trouble reading it is because all the script is in Elvish. So you kind of just explain to him how the map is and how like the tunnels move up and down and kind of stuff like that based off the topography and the iconography on the map.
Yes, these maps are very similar to the ones that I work with and make in my cartography shop.
Yeah, I
thing
know
is, is a signature, but I do not recognize it. It's one of
mean-
the cartographers here.
I mean, I can read Elvish all right enough. My speaking's a little broken, but the issue is there I can't tell what the terrain of the floor is. Like for instance, we're on the swamp right now, but it's just we have 2 hours. I might as well figure out what I'm bringing with me.
Let
then
me
what-
take another look.
So yeah, just looking at it easy enough with the previous roll. It's kind of just the same slate rock as the floor. You can tell is what it's kind of being depicted as, and like the coloring, you could tell that's what you would use for it. And then for the mines area, it's kind of more of like a granite type material. You'd think something like that.
All right, it's what is the how tight of quarters are these tunnels? Or is it large
Using like
cavern?
you pull out like a compass and start like measuring things and doing math. They're kind of like mine shafts, so they're almost barely 10 feet wide on some of them. Sometimes they're thinner. It's just kind of however they dug through it.
All right.
And you can see the map's kind of unfinished, as you would guess, is that new tunnels are being dug every day. So it kind of just ends at certain points in the mine. So it's not 100% going to be what you see down there is what you guys get from that.
Yeah. It's useful having another person that can read these things. I'm a little out of practice.
Oh yes, well this is what I do for a living. So please come to me if you have any questions about map.
For me, it's more like homework. Hey kid, what are you are you wanting to look at this? Yeah, I'm done with it. I mean to hog it, sorry.
No, it's just
Oh, yes.
I thought I'd check out the floor. All the slums are the same, but it's good to get a good look before I go.
Yeah, what's your line of work?
I used to be a hired blade, and now I guess I'm a bounty hunter. It was hard to get jobs because I look pretty young, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of surprising. I wasn't really sure what to make of you until I saw the blade on your hip, but even then, everyone carries a little bit of something.
yeah, it's for protection. I learned how to fight from my mentor, and I learned different things from my teacher about life and alchemy. So,
I guess I'm a judge. Sorry, I shouldn't have. I guess I started off doing some field work too when I was around your age. So
see, everyone's got their own thing. I'm the runt of the litter, I guess.
Speaking of, you do look pretty young to be out here.
Are they near me, near the window?
Yeah, the room you guys are all in is fairly small, so anyone who's talking can hear each other.
Hey, I'm the runt of this litter. You can't take my spot.
aren't you?
I guess.
As you do look,
How old are you anyway?
18.
Make
Oh,
a
okay.
deception check.
Plenty old.
18. Can I do
Oh.
an insight check?
anyone who wants to insight that is able to.
18.
The 18 years old.
20.
-2. With an
You have a
18, Leroy
minus
gets a
2.
19 on the insight. You can tell that this kid is definitely not 18. Everybody else, he's probably 18. He just looks young.
Take his word for it. Whatever.
Just take his word for it.
Yeah.
My teacher
what
was
do
an
we-
alchemist, so I learned a bunch of makeup recipes when I was younger, and I always
Yeah?
tested them on myself.
18?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Leroy, you
Yeah.
can
I
tell.
like
think
start
so.
pulling out my disguise kit. and I'm like, do you have any extra makeup? Can you make some for me?
Yeah, sure. I basically open my disguise kit and I give her certain foundations and mascaras and lipsticks.
I'm gonna ask.
All right.
I'm gonna
Just
ask.
give her
I-
your.
I give Luck some lipstick.
You guys
and
just
like,
trading
I
makeup.
don't give him. I just put it on him.
I'm gonna ask Luck if he could step over off to the side with me for a moment.
As you're saying that, Effie's kind of just putting makeup on him.
I'm kind of preoccupied.
Well, we could do this in public, or we could do this in private.
Effie, can I quick second? I need to talk to what's your name?
My name's Leroy.
It's nice to meet you, Leroy. I'm Luck.
I call him Dad.
He
Yeah.
has like one eye with like all made up, and the other's just like bare.
Yeah, wait, you say your name's Luck?
Yeah, it's what my teacher named me after he found me.
You're my new favorite.
Thank you.
Okay, let's step over here just for a moment.
So you guys can like
Okay.
step out of this little planning room just to like
Yeah.
beneath the stairs that go up to the bow of the ship.
And I'm gonna kind of like kneel down to get near his level. 'Cause
Uh-huh.
he's pretty short, right?
Yeah.
I'm 5'6",
Yeah.
5'8".
So I'm gonna try to like kind of kneel down and kind of put my arm on his shoulder and be like, "Listen, kid, you're not 18. How old are you really?"
I'm 18. I swear.
You're not 18.
Luck with this kind of, you can tell he's got your number.
He's got my number.
He knows that he knows you're full of shit.
Okay, I'm still an adult, but I'm 16, so you can't, I have the right to work.
Okay, but are you sure you're up for this?
I'm up for this.
This
I've
could be dangerous.
I've killed things.
That doesn't mean you're ready. You could have killed a squirrel. You could have killed, Is this what you mean by killed things? You killed little creatures?
It doesn't matter what it is. I'm ready to kill if I need to.
Well, I guess we'll see. Just be careful out there, okay?
Alright. Thank you. And can you not tell anyone? Because if they find out that I'm younger than 18, they're probably not going to hire me anymore.
Your secret's safe with me, kid.
Thank you.
Hey Han. That was
Yeah.
Han, right?
Yeah, it's
You're. See, I thought for a second that maybe, given the nature of my last job and the little trial run we got, thought maybe it'd be a retrieval mission. It's a little more my alley. But to be frank with you, killing shit's not quite up my alley as normal. So I feel like it's more of but a hunter should be pretty comfortable with this.
I mostly capture people.
Oh.
Do I overhear that conversation?
Well, you guys
We'll
can.
kill
I guess we're in the same room. You're in the
Oh,
same room.
hopefully we got at least a couple trained killers. Something like that.
I come over and I go, well, he said it was an escort mission, and he clearly isn't in need of the ore or whatever they're mining down there is. So I think we have to escort somebody back. We're looking for someone, not something. And if it's something, it's not ore.
Didn't he say that they need to escort his miners so they don't get attacked by the nightmare creatures?
He didn't seem very concerned with the well-being of his miners.
I mean,
He even stated
pay us
that
better, though.
the miners were of no concern to him.
Yeah, of course, he's rich.
It's a little fishy.
Would I know that the
Oh, it's fine.
lower
It's
floors
fine.
are naturally just more dangerous?
They're just more
That's
dangerous because of
common
lack of security, so you're more likely to get robbed and stuff.
That's probably
Inherently,
common knowledge.
it's probably pretty common knowledge that there's no upstanding security force down there. The only time that there is when people come down here to mine and stuff like that, and then they usually hire bounty hunters to do it because nobles don't want to do it.
I look at Han and I go, should I take him for a fly ride, Han? Maybe we
No.
can get some.
Do not-
Maybe
don't
we can get some nice
No.
What's
information.
wrong with you? You'll get. First off, you try to touch him, one of those warforged will shoot you out of the sky before you even take off the deck. Second off, he's paying you. Don't screw with him.
Lost, I
It doesn't
swear,
have to be him,
every
but
god that exists,
whatever.
if you touch another man without their consent, I will shoot you.
And if he or the Warforged missed, you'll be
Han and
damn
just-
well. I'll shoot you third.